Good afternoon. It's time for yet another NFL Bucky's Melody. This is your host Mike C, and of course, Star Show. As always, it's Bucky. Say hi, Bucky. Bucky says hi. Well, not a lot to report today, but we got some news. We always have some news, Bucky. I start off with the worst. You had two celebrity deaths. One in the sports world, one in TV. The first is Ryan Sandberg of the Cubs, number 23. He was 65 years old. Multiple All-Star, Golden Glove, things like that. I'm not sure if he's in the Hall of Fame. I think he's in the Hall of Fame. I'm pretty sure he's in the Hall of Fame. I'll check that for sure. I should have. But great player. I remember, watching him. He used to get the, Cubs Network and all that stuff like that. Just a great player. I think he played second base. Buckeye was not prepared. I'll put that in the final statement there at the end of the video. The other one was TV actress Lonnie Anderson. She was 71 and very sexy woman. Very what's a good word, Bucky? High heeled. That's a good word. Originally from St. Paul, Minnesota, and of course she was on WKRP. She played the secretary. Just it's hard to describe. I thought she was beautiful. A little hard to get, but she was married 4 times. Most famously to Burt Reynolds. She had one child, and she had adopted another one, and she found her true love, I guess, in her fourth marriage. So that was good. Didn't say what she passed away from, but irrelevant really. So condolences out to her family and Ryan Sandberg's family. And it seems like every episode we start with people who passed away, but it's part of the news. We have to report that. Last week's video did 8 views, which seems to be a standard. That's probably what it's been for the last couple times, at least in that area. So that's okay. What else we got? The Reds played in, I think it was Bristol, which is in Connecticut, I believe, at a racetrack. Had like 50,000 supposedly people, but it was pouring, raining, and they postponed it the next day. I don't know what kind of attendance they got the next day. They were up 1-0. I remember in the game because we watched some of it. It was too bad because it was a big event. And I think they lost the next game, the next day. So I was like, But I want to report that the Reds, speaking of, they are 58-54, and they are 9.5 games out. I think so. The Cubs or the Brewers, one of the two teams. So probably not going to win the division. They might get a wild card. They're doing better than I thought they would, but still, a lot of season left. A lot of season, Bucky. What else have I got? That's about it for that. Lions news. Oh, yeah, I forgot about the Lions. So first, Bucky, what in the world do you have in front of you? Well, I've got 2 air fresheners. They're both cinnamon apple. It's smell very nice, actually. Well, I put those out there because the Lions Hall of Fame game was such a stinker, and I needed something to make it smell better. And it took 2. That was very appropriate. Just terrible game. They fumbled the opening kickoff, and I remember I turned to the car and said, "Well, that game's over." And sure enough, I was right this time because they were never really in it. The Chargers went down and scored a touchdown relatively easily. I think they were up 14-0 for the Lions. Did score, and a couple good players. Tesla was was pretty good. He caught at least 2 passes. He's going to be eventually the number 3 wide receiver. Uh, Craig Reynolds, come on, Craig, scored the only touchdown. And after that, it was just nothing. A lot of players, I don't know. Nobody knows they're going to be gone anyway. It wasn't a very good game at all. Um, both Lions quarterbacks were terrible. They had either 4 or 5 turnovers. Um, and Henry Hooker was not good at all. He's going to start the next game against the Falcons, which I think is Friday, something like that. But it's his position to lose. Their quarterback Allen is not going to make the team. I would not be surprised if both don't make it, and they go out and get somebody else, either somebody who's cut. There's a few quarterbacks still out there. Carson Wentz is probably the most famous name out there. I would not mind him actually, because these 2 quarterbacks, unless Hooker can, turn it around next game, they probably won't be cut after that game, but one of them will be gone because they're not going to keep 3. And I would not be sad if they lost either one of them, to be honest. They did make a sign. They cut Raquan Williams, sorry, a defensive tackle. And they signed, I can't think of his name now. Justin Heron, offensive tackle from the Raiders. That Raiders. Because Dan Skipper got injured slightly. It wasn't too bad. The other major injury of note, Ernest Ringshaw got injured again. He had another contusion, which is a bruise. And he's a good player, but he's been injured an awful lot. And second round pick on this guy. And hopefully he'll bounce back. But, geez. I've always said the best ability is availability, Bucky. And I know you've said that many times. But we'll see what happens with that. They got another practice today. And I think the game was Friday. I know they play the Falcons. I know that for sure. But just, not a lot of news right now. It's kind of a little bit quiet. Yesterday and the day before was SummerSlam. And we got a new world champion in Cody Rhodes. And Universal champion. He beat John Cena. And after that happened, I guess Cena turned back to babyface, which is like, So the past 2 months was just nothing. Just, anyway. And then Brock Lesnar came back and just wiped him out in about 2 seconds. So that's going to be set up, main event for next week or next pay-per-view, which I think is in Paris. It'll be one of the main events, at least for sure. The other big event was CM Punk beat the General, and for 5 minutes was heavyweight champion, and then Seth freaking Rollins came in on his crutches, threw those away, and threw his brace off, smashed him in the face like 3 times with the briefcase, and then stomped his face, and he cashed it and became world champion. So congratulations to both of them. There's a few other pretty good matches from what I saw or read. New women's tag team champions. I think that was only really titles that switched hands. But I guess overall it was a good 2-day card. We'll see what happens on Raw tonight. But overall it looked like a very, very good card. So that's about it, Bucky. I can't see what that is. Oh, okay. We got not quite 10 minutes. Weather's been kind of we went from 100 degrees to like 70. Last couple of days it was raining a little bit. Uh, temperatures just dropped. It's going to get a little warmer, but quite drastic changes in temps. We had some thunder this afternoon, but not much, and it'll heat up again. But it is August, so we'll see what happens there. The rest of the league is going to start. Their preseason, and so I'm sure we'll watch a few games of that. No hockey news to report. Like I said, the Reds are better than I thought, but they're not going to win the division. I'll tell you that right now. Um, they're not even in contention right now for the wild card. Not yet. They might still make that. Um, a lot of trades, a lot of and the Reds made it one or two, but so did everybody else. So that was they're not really got that much better. But not too much else to report, Bucky. Um, yeah. So I guess that's it. So for Mike Scenic Horse Stir Show, as always, it's Bucky. Say bye, Bucky. Bucky says bye. And we'll catch you later, and I'll post that information at the end of the video. All right, take care, guys. Bye.